the other teams who sort of don't have a sealed fate are Haas and RB or VCarb or whatever. Yeah, 38 and 36 points between them. Now it's kind of what with Liam Lawson having a really great run in only his first race, well, his first race back, their first point in 5 races for VCarb that was, and Hulkenberg for Haas and Magnussen to give him credit where it's due also has been doing really great. Now this sort of a battle I hope takes us to the very end because it's you know what, we've got a couple of battles right down the field, and this is one of the ones I'm more interested in because we've sat there and we've criticised Haas for many years, but it seems like Haas, not off the back of this investment or deal with Toyota, but they seem to be, Toyota seems to see what has been coming about for the last sort of 6 months maybe is that Haas are going back and do seem to be quite performant to the point where they might actually steal the midway through the constructors table ahead of a team which has some very promising talents in but is tumultuous in VCarb. How do you sort of see this battle playing out? This next sort of battleground of it, we'll call it, in Mexico, George, because looking at the two cars, they in some ways they're evenly matched. I mean, it's power dependent in my opinion. The Ferrari is obviously one of the more powerful engines on the grid, but then again, we've seen that the Honda powertrain or the RB powertrain engine does seem to also work very well in high altitude settings.
It's a fascinating battle between these two. It's changed hands so many times throughout this season. And, despite what Gunter Steiner says, I think Ayo Komatsu has to take pretty much all of the credit when it comes to organising that team. Because you're right, we have absolutely lambasted Haas for a long time, and rightfully so. They have been the worst car on the grid in most of the last 4 or 5 seasons. But this season, they've absolutely turned it around. They've got the same drivers as before. That's not the thing that's changed. What's changed is that it's just a better car, a more consistent car. Double points in the sprint. Hulkenberg getting, I think he was seventh in the end, wasn't he? He was well up the order. An excellent job by him in the end. Eighth, my apologies with that. But, Kevin Magnussen as well, also getting really close to the points. He was quite unlucky. He seemed to pit at the wrong time, get caught in a bit of traffic, and got overtook by a few of the guys stopping later as well because of that. So yeah, that ASCAR is absolutely decent. How they're going to get on in Mexico is another matter. From memory, I don't think this is the best track for them historically, but if they're going to go qualifying and get up there during the race, do a one stop when other teams are doing a two stop, perhaps they've got every chance. And RB is also battling for those points too. It seems as though Aston Martin in fifth at the moment, not really good enough to score any points. So the last pickings of the points, the nines, the tenths, the eighths, they seem to the most part they are going to be taken up by the Haas and by the RB. RB, of course, when they were AlphaTauri last season, had a freak qualifying in the hands of Daniel Ricciardo. I think he qualified like fourth or something crazy like that. Ended up seventh after the race. It was a huge points haul. If Liam Lawson can summon that or anything like that, which given the pace that he had. Sure. I mean, someone said, I mean, as you know, I do videos for the F1 Chronicle, and someone said to me, "Oh, it's very unlikely that Lawson's going to get points from that, mate. He's got 60 places of grid penalties." He did, though. He absolutely did. And to be honest, when I said it, I thought, actually, that's a dumb move. He's starting from the back. There's no way he's getting points, but he did it. He drove absolutely magnificently. His first Grand Prix for a year. He's never driven the Circuit of the Americas in anger before that weekend. I mean, it's just one weekend. You don't want to get too carried away with it. You don't want to put him into the Red Bull straight away off of that. But it's an incredibly promising start and a clear kind of boost that they need. Similar to what Williams have done with Colapinto. It's a real boost that RB need to try and get them up ahead in the constructors. It's going to be fascinating with these guys. Of course, the Ferrari, Red Bull, McLaren battle, that is the main one in the constructors. But this one as well, this one is really close. And these small points matter. They really do to these teams. So I'm going to sit firmly on the fence. I don't know how this is going to go between these two teams, but I'm going to look forward to watching it.
Yeah, clearly you're gonna go vote for entertainment. Is gonna win out.
We're all winners.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you could tell Akamatsu that we're all winning. He's sitting there with not as much money on the budget cap and trying to work out a technology share and somehow not giving any intellectual property between Ferrari and Toyota. I wouldn't want that job.